Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us in today's webinar. My name is Adeze, and I am Head of Operations at Terminal Africa. So for some of you who might be new to Terminal, who is Terminal? Terminal Africa is a logistics software aggregator company that helps businesses to ship worldwide. So in simple terms, what this means is that we have a platform that connects businesses to multiple delivery partners, and we also provide digital shipping tools and plugins such as like the WordPress plugin, the Shopify plugin, and we also have some physical locations where you can drop your packages off for us to help you process it before being handed over to our courier partners. So in simple term, that is who we are, and that is what we do at Terminal Africa. Now that you know a little bit about Terminal Africa, let's move on to the business of the day, which is choosing the right cargo partner for your logistics business. Next slide, please. So first of all, why does this even matter? Now, as a player in the logistics space who has been through the ups and downs that the services have to offer, cargo especially, what we've seen is that this should be a tool to accelerate your business, not slow it down. Yet we see that a lot of businesses in the logistics space suffer the same problems when it comes to cargo. First, see inconsistent packaging standards that lead to damaged shipments. So we see the use of weak cartons, recycled cartons, or inadequate packaging when it comes to like fragile items or liquids. And this just causes damages in transit. Then there's also limited visibility once your shipment leaves the origin country. So between when you hand over to the cargo agents and when it arrives at the destination country at their office for either pickup or doorstep delivery, there's a blank void where nobody knows what's happening. Granted, we have an idea of what the cargo process looks like, but there's no visibility into that process. You can't see at any point in time where your package is. And then there's the subject of unreliable last mile delivery partners. There's a plethora of last mile delivery partners to pick from. Affordable, expensive, they all exist, right? But what we see is in a bid to save cost, people tend to look for the cheapest options, which may not be as reliable as you would want. And this ends up causing more headache for your business. And you see that you end up spending more in a bid to save, right? And then there's also the issue of slow resolution. Now, because this service is structured the way it is, which is very informal, whenever there's an issue, you always hear this phrase in cargo that if anything happens to your shipments, you're on your own, no, right? So there's nobody to really hold accountable when there's a problem with your package. And then there's unclear shipping requirements and lack of transparency. So when you hear, oh, cargo is 7,000 naira per kg, you get there, you hear, oh, there's a pallet fee, there's an additional 1 kg for pallet fee, an additional 2 kg for pallet fee. Granted, though, we were guilty of it, but we've repented now, right? And in general, there's just poor communication across the delivery chain. Next slide, please. So what we've seen is that when your cargo operations is structured correctly, you get stronger and better packaging guidelines. So you're not using those weak recycled boxes, you're using stronger packaging, you're paying attention to your fragile items and your liquids, you're using suitable packaging material to help with your shipments, whether it's bubble wrap, whatever it is, just to safeguard your packages. Then there's also structured cargo assessments before last mile dispatch. This is a mouthful, right? So what this simply means is that when your package gets to the destination country, there's a system in place to assess your shipments before it is handed over for last mile delivery. That way, if there was any issue along the way, it can be addressed before it gets to your customer's doorstep. The next thing is experienced customs brokerage. Now, this can make or break your service. If you don't have an experienced broker clearing your shipments, you face the possibility of having your shipments rejected, seized, returned, or just a long clearance delay. So an experienced customs broker is very key. And then, of course, premium last mile delivery. Just like I said, yes, there are cheaper options, but some of those cheaper options come with plenty headache. So save yourself the stress and get a premium last mile delivery partner so that you know that when you've handed your package over, you're not going to hear stories again. And of course, predictable timelines and proactive communication. This way, whenever there's a challenge with your package, anytime or during the shipping process, you're made aware of that situation so you can also manage your own customer, right? So these are some things that should be in place just so that your cargo operations will not give you more headache than is needed. Now, at Terminal Africa, our air cargo service is designed specifically for logistics businesses of any size. So whether you're doing 10 shipments a month or over 8,000 shipments a month, we help you to protect your shipment quality, to reduce operational frictions, to improve the delivery success rate of your packages, to build your customer trust, and of course, to scale internationally without increasing your workload or your workforce. Next slide, please. So your cargo partner should feel like an operational advantage, not another variable to manage, not another unreliable option, not another headache to your plate. It should be something that is propelling you forward, propelling your business forward. And what we're saying is international cargo moves through multiple handling points, and your packaging has to be engineered for that journey. Remember, it is moving from Nigeria to the destination country. It is going through multiple government agencies. It is going through transit hubs sometimes, right? It is going through the customs clearance. It is going through your last mile delivery partner before it is getting to your customer. So your packaging has to be engineered for that journey. And with us, what we do is we have durable export grade cartons that support heavy handling, right? And then we have an operations team that has been trained to follow globally recognized packaging standards to ensure that your package is prepared with care and can withstand the journey ahead of it. And of course, just like I mentioned, your shipments can also be assessed and reinforced once it gets to the destination before it is finally dispatched to your customer. This is just to make sure that your packaging gets to your customer in one piece. Next slide, please. Now, one thing is your customer always remembers their delivery experience, right? And that's why with our service, we prioritize a trusted broker for efficient clearance so that we're not experiencing delays when it comes to clearing your packages. A premium last mile delivery partner so that there are no stories when it comes to the delivery of your shipments. End-to-end scan visibility. This way, at every given time, you know what is going on with your package. All you need to do is take your terminal shipment ID and track it and see what's happening. And of course, faster escalations when there's a need. So whenever there's a challenge with your package, you're getting updated and you're aware of the situation. Next slide, please. Yes. And now, the biggest question we get, what can I ship? What can't I ship? What can go with this service? What you need to know, some of the commonly shipped items, you can ship your fashion products. So all those, your branded bags, shoes, clothing items, it can go with this service. You can ship palm oil, not in large quantities, right? We cap it at 10 kg. So you can ship palm oil with this service. Then you can ship your packaged non-perishable goods or food items. So items that will not spoil quickly, right? And then you can also ship electronics that don't have an inbuilt battery. So you can't ship like a phone a laptop with this service, no, but other electronic devices that don't have an inbuilt battery can go. So those devices that you can, let's say, plug to the wall, or you need to purchase a battery to put inside, those can go with this service. Now, properly labeled commercial items, right? And an example is like, for instance, you have your herbs. If you want to send your dried herbs, they have to be commercially labeled. When I say commercially labeled, it means that you want to have the name of the products listed there. You want to have the manufacturer's information listed there. You want to have the ingredients of what is in that package listed there, right? So when I say commercially labeled, that is what I mean. And of course, general merchandise. So your hair accessories, your hair, your shoes, things like that, you can ship. What you can't ship, perfumes. So this goes without saying, anything that is flammable cannot go, right? Anything in a pressurized can or spray bottle. So you have like your hairspray, your deodorants, those deodorants those cannot go. Any sort of fleet or fragrance, like air fresheners, those cannot go either. Then you can't send anything that is alcoholic. Anything that has alcohol in it cannot go. You can't send cigarettes, dairy products, weapons or sharp objects. You can't send liquid herbs with this service. No, you can't send liquid herbs, but you can send dried herbs if they are commercially packaged. If they are not commercially packaged or labeled, you can't send it with this service. Next slide, please. So when you book through Terminal Africa, your items are covered up to 100,000 naira in declared value at no additional cost. So if the value of your package is 200,000, 300,000, it means that 100,000 naira of that value is insured. So if your value is beyond 100,000 naira, we always advise that you purchase insurance that is available on terminal just to safeguard your package, so that in the event, if nobody wishes that anything happens to your package, but if anything does happen to your package, then there is a process to make sure that you're compensated for it when your shipments are fully insured, right? This gives your business financial protection, it reduces your liability exposure, and it gives you better confidence when you're shipping high value goods, so you have peace of mind. Right, and please, this isn't an avenue for you to underdeclare your shipments, please, right? Now, just like I said, what the cargo process looks like, the timeline is typically between 7 to 12 working days, and the process is we receive your packages at our facility where it's prepared for export. It is then handed over to the airline and it gets to the destination where it undergoes customs clearance. When it's cleared, we assess your shipment before we hand it over to our last mile delivery partner, who then gets it to your customer's doorstep. Next slide, please. How do you book an air cargo shipment with Terminal? So what you want to do is you want to log into your Terminal Africa dashboard. Before you start the booking process, you want to go to your settings page and check your carriers to make sure air cargo is turned on. Air cargo will be found under your international carriers. Just make sure it is toggled on, and then you can proceed with booking as normal, right? So what you just need to do is enter your sender and receiver's details as normal, and then you enter your shipment details, the item value, the quantity. And here is very important to note that this service is for a minimum of 10 kg per parcel, not per shipment, right? So what this simply means is that if you're sending a multi-piece package, every parcel in that shipment must be a minimum of 10 kg for the cargo service to come up, right? So if you've done this, then you select your air cargo service, you review, and you complete the booking process, right? And what happens afterwards? You prepare your item using the durable packaging that I spoke about. If you don't have durable packaging, when you bring your package to our facility, we have packaging to help you prepare your shipments, right? Of course, at an additional cost. Then you would also be required to attach the documents. In this case, there's a waybill that is generated with cargo. So you just attach it to your shipment and you drop off your cargo at our hubs. Right now, you can drop off your shipments at our Ajao hub or our Ibadan hub. Those two locations are currently accepting cargo packages. And then you can then begin tracking your shipments from origin to delivery using your shipment ID. And you get email milestones along the way till your package is delivered. So you'll get an email notifying you that your shipment is now in transit or it has been delivered, right? Next slide, please. So who is this service perfect for? So it's ideal for you if you manage frequent international shipments, if you serve demanding e-commerce clients. And so if you serve like e-commerce clients who distribute, who have like a warehouse in the UK and they want to ship in bulk to that warehouse to be distributed, this service is for you. If you want fewer delivery surprises, because a lot of the information is provided upfront, at no point in time would we tell you, please provide this document for your package, provide this prescription, provide this note, no, that isn't in this process, right? So you're aware of everything upfront. And then, of course, if you value operational clarity and you intend to scale globally, this service is for you. Next slide, please. So with that, we're coming to the end and we'll open the floor for questions and answers. Now, before we proceed to taking questions, right, there's another thing I also want to mention. Now, this service is duty inclusive up to 200,000 Naira, right? So it means that if the value of your package exceeds 200,000 Naira, there is a duty fee attached. Okay, and you would see that during the booking process. So you're made aware of what that duty would look like. But if your shipment is valued below 200,000 Naira, then the duties are already inclusive. Like I said, please, this is not an avenue for you to under-declare the value of your shipments. No, declare the correct value. Because as you know, under-declaring is also criminal offense. It's seen as tax evasion. So please declare the right value of your shipment so that your shipment doesn't encounter any delays in transit. And now I'll open up the floor for anybody who has questions regarding this service. Just put your hands up or feel free to drop your questions in the comments. Anybody with a question? Okay, Sagok Express. So please, you can unmute your mic, introduce yourself, and what's your question for us today?
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
I'm
sir.
Stanley from Sagok Express. So on the list of items you said you will ship, I didn't see foodstuffs. I don't know. And if you are shipping foodstuff outside the palm oil, if you are shipping other foodstuff like let's say melon, beans, are they allowed?
Yes, they're allowed. So you can ship rice, you can ship ground obono, egusi, your spices, blended crayfish. You can ship these items. However, you can't ship fish on this service for now, right? Is there a maximum weight? There is no maximum weight. You can bring as much as you want. You can, the higher the better. In fact, once your shipment crosses 50 kg, there's a discount. So right now the service is priced at 7,600 Naira per kg. But once your shipment crosses 50 kg, it drops to 7,300 per kg, right? So that's something for you to anticipate there with your bigger weights. Please, what is the name of the packaging material that you said is acceptable? So it's not a specific packaging material. So I'm just saying the quality of the packaging that you're using. So with your boxes, you don't want to use a reused box. You want to use a strong, durable new box. I recommend those Bajaj boxes, right? If you have them, or a 5-ply box. If you have like the 5-ply, if you have someone that does boxes for you, you tell them you want a thick box that is 5-ply, or you can come to us, we'll sort out for you. And then when it comes to like those fragile items, you want to make sure you're bubble wrapping them appropriately so that you're safeguarding them. Okay. 10 kg per parcel. So I'm referring to multi-piece shipments. That is when you have multiple boxes going to one person, right? You want to make sure that this service will only work if each of those boxes is at least 10 kg. That's the only time you will see this option come up. That's what I mean by 10 kg per parcel. If you're sending, if you're sending 35 kg to somebody and it is split 10 kg, 10 kg, 5 kg, you would not see this option available. But if you split it where one is 20 kg and one is 15 kg, this option would come up. So each parcel has to be a minimum of 10 kg. Okay? Any more questions? Any more questions? I'm surprised if we're not asking about these duties. But from South Africa. Okay, so you can actually reach out to our customer support because we'll need some more information before we can confirm, like what the courier is, what the quantity is, and I'm guessing you mean an import shipment because you said from South Africa, or is it to South Africa? So we just need to clarify some of those details before we can then give you an answer. So you can share this with our support and they will get back to you. They'll give you feedback on that. The maximum kg per parcel. Right now, there is no maximum kg, right? Bring your 100 kg. Yes, the only thing I would say is that per parcel, there's no maximum per shipment, but per parcel, we normally split it to 25 kg boxes, right? We prefer it split so that it's not too heavy when they are offloading, handling it and things like that, right? So per parcel, we normally keep it to 25 kg, but per shipment, that's your shipment containing all the different parcels, there's no maximum. You can bring 500 kg, we are here for you. Yes, at the moment, this service, you can't ship fish with this service. But don't worry, we're working on this in the coming weeks. You'll be able to ship fish. But as of right now, the way the service is structured, you can't ship fish at the moment. Then yes, this is exports from Nigeria to the UK, not imports. So this is moving your packages from here in Nigeria to the UK. Is pallet weight charged? There is no pallet weight. We've abolished pallet weight. We're all for transparent pricing. What you see is what you get. Nobody is going to tell you to pay an additional kg for pallet weight, an additional 2 kg for pallet weight. We're not doing that anymore. We've repented. Yes, other seafood items cannot go. Crayfish, grounded, yes, but not whole. Other seafood items can't go at the moment, okay? But don't worry, we're working on that for you. Just keep an eye out. In coming weeks, you'll see something. Okay, any more questions for me about this service? The Jiximo originated. Okay, don't worry. Somebody from our support team would get back to you on this. Or yeah, so please, someone should take note of that. This person is trying to ship Jiximo from Nigeria, but we would need more details. Like I said, you said it originates from South Africa, but we need more details. Like, where are you trying to send it to? What's the quantity you're trying to send? Which of the courier partners are you trying to use? This would allow us to give you an in-depth answer, right? Is it only UK for the cargo services, or are there other countries? At the moment, it is just UK, but don't worry, other countries, other lanes, will be open very soon, but at the moment it is just UK. Can snail go through cargo? No, it can't at the moment. Any animal, let me just be specific, any animal, right, dead or alive, cannot go at the moment through the service. Fish, snail, meat, they can't go at the moment, okay? When is the departure time? Does cargo leave every day? No, cargo does not leave every day. We move shipments once a week. We ask that you get it to our facilities by Wednesday, right? Especially for Ibadan, because those packages have to get to Lagos. So they have to get to us on Wednesday so we can move it down to Lagos. Yes. Are there additional charges apart from the 7.5 per kg? It's 7.6 per kg actually. And no, there are no additional charges except we package your shipments for you, then you will get a packaging cost as well. And if your package surpasses 200,000 naira, there's a duty fee. That's the value. There's a duty fee that is applicable, and you will see that during the booking process. Okay, hope that answers your question. Any more questions about cargo? How long will it take once it leaves Nigeria? So, like I said, it takes about 7 to 12 working days, right? That's the duration for the delivery, right? It can arrive sooner, but that is the max 12 working days. Can we book cargo on the terminal portal? Yes, you can. Like I said, just log into your terminal dashboard as normal. Make sure that cargo is turned on in your settings. So you want to check your settings page, go to carriers and check under the international carriers, and you will see air cargo as a service. Make sure it's toggled on so that you're able to see the cargo option when you book. And like I said, make sure that the packages are a minimum of 10 kg. That is how you see the cargo option. If it's 5 kg, the option isn't going to come out. And dried vegetables, food spices, beverages like Milo ride. Yes, they can ride. Milo can go, but not milk, right? Any beverage that contains milk, right, it cannot go. So Milo is just a chocolate beverage, so it can go. Food spices can go, and dried, yes, palm oil can also go through cargo. But like I said, there's a cap to it. We don't want it to surpass 10 kg. Stockfish cannot go. Any animal products cannot go. Fish, meat, pomo, snail, whatever it is at the moment, it can't go. But just stay tuned, okay? Very soon we'll get something for you. You'll see something available for that, okay? All right. After booking the cargo shipment, can we drop off through DHL Port Harcourt? Unfortunately, this is not a DHL shipment, right? So no, you can't. It has to come to one of our facilities. And at the moment, we only accept cargo shipments at our Lagos facility, the Ajao hub, and at our Ibadan hub. So if you're outside of these locations and you're trying to send cargo, it has to come to one of these locations. So except it's that you're using DHL to send it down to one of these locations, then sure. But if it's that you just want to drop it off at DHL that you'll process it, no, it's not a DHL shipment, so they won't be able to process it for you. Okay. Okay. I think the questions are done. Okay. If I have 50 kg palm oil, will I ship it 10 kg per booking? Yes, you will have to. Yes, you'll have to do that. Okay. How do I get Waybill from Port Harcourt? So there's no, if you're saying how do you ship, your package from Port Harcourt, it has to get to Lagos or Ibadan, whichever one you want to send it through. You have to send it down to. So you can either use one of our local partners to send the package down to Lagos, right? Yeah, that's probably the most convenient one. Use one of the local partners, or if you have a local delivery service that can help you transport the package down to Lagos, then yes. But you can't ship cargo directly from Port Harcourt at the moment. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Any more questions for us on this cargo service? Okay, don't worry, even if you have more questions, our support lines are open and available to answer your questions that you have. So this isn't the end, right? If you have anything you want, if there's any information you want to get, or anything you need to be clarified for you, just reach out to our support or join our WhatsApp community. We're happy to answer all questions that you have regarding the cargo service. Like I said, just to recap on what I've said regarding cargo, it's a minimum of 10 kg per parcel, right? It is 7.6 per kg, and from 50 kg, it is 7.3 per kg, right? We currently cannot ship any animal products, right? So fish, snails, meat, bomo, you know what, maybe Kamsi Foods, we can talk after and we can help direct you on how you can get your packages down to Lagos from Port Harcourt, okay? Just reach out to our support, anybody from through one of our support lines, either on in-app, WhatsApp, email, or you can actually call into our phone lines and we can help you arrange how you can get your packages down to Lagos from Port Harcourt, okay? Right. Back to the recap. So like I said, it is 7.6 per kg, minimum of 10 kg, and above 50 kg, you have it at 7.3 per kg. You can drop off at any of our facilities, either in Ajao or at Ibadan, right? And then of course, you can't ship any illegal substance. You can't ship any animal products. You can't ship perfumes, alcohol, anything that is hazardous. You can't ship those items, okay? And then remember that you want to purchase insurance on your shipments if it surpasses 100,000 naira. Terminal applies insurance that covers up to 100,000 naira of your goods when you book with our cargo service. And this simply means that in the event that anything happens to your package, right, we're able to take it through our claims process so that you're able to be compensated up to 100,000 naira, depending on the value you declare. But if it surpasses 100,000 naira, you want to purchase insurance just so you have that additional coverage. And then duties apply once your shipment exceeds 200,000 naira. Okay. And as I said, please don't use this as an avenue to underdeclare the value of your shipments, okay? Don't use this as an avenue to underdeclare, because we will be checking, you know, the packages are coming to our facility. And if you undervalue, we'll tell you that you undervalued. So please, so that your packages are not further delayed, declare the appropriate value, purchase insurance when necessary, okay? Pay duties when necessary. And if you need any help or support, we're here to help you guys through the whole process. You know, we're on this journey together, okay? We've been on this journey together and we'll continue to be on this journey together, okay? Okay, Sagok Express, we'll just take your question before we round up.
Okay, thank you. Please, I want to get clarification on the oil because I have someone about ship about 50 kg of oil. So if I want to book that shipment, it have to be 5 shipments. So you're going to have 5 WB numbers, right?
It's going to have 5 shipment IDs. Yes.
5 number ID. Okay.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
No problem. Kamsi's Food, don't worry, just shoot us a message to our support line, or if you can drop your WhatsApp number in the chat box or through one of our support lines, we can get across to you so that we can attend to you and help you out with your packages. Okay. All right. With that being said, we've come to the end of this session. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. Please don't forget to join our WhatsApp community. We pass information there. So even when we don't have this webinar, information is always being passed through our WhatsApp community, right? So please, you can scan the barcode on the screen or copy the link you can see so you can join our WhatsApp community so you don't miss out on any information, like when we start accepting fish for cargo or when we open other countries, other lanes for cargo. So you don't miss out on that information, okay? So please join our WhatsApp community. If you need support, reach out to through any of our support lines. We're happy to help you guys. And do have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. And we're hoping to see your packages next week, okay? We'll be waiting at the hub for your packages. Yes, have a good day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the session. And the session was recorded, so we'll make the recording available. So take care, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day.